What up everybody, this your boy Gaming Forte, back at it with another video. So I wanted to give you guys my honest critique of Microsoft's Gamescom 2017 press conference. If you could call it a press conference, it was more like a meet and greet, but that's what we'll get into that part. But ultimately, I'll just come out straight and tell you, I didn't like it at all. Honestly, I was at work when this was going on and I had it playing on my laptop as I was working around the store. And I was like, man, this just seems super dry for a conference that's basically going to announce a new system. And then I quickly realized that this really was only to just waste a lot of people's time until they actually wanted you to pre-order the system, which of course they were going to put at the very end of it, but we'll get to that part as we go. So the first thing they showed was Assassin's Creed Origins, which looked beautiful, might I say, but that was only because they showed it in a CG trailer, which is crazy because at E3 we got a lot of gameplay trailers. Why are we getting a new trailer, which they considered a world premiere trailer, for a game that we already seen gameplay for, but we're seeing a CG trailer? Now don't get me wrong, the CG trailer looked amazing, it looked good, you could really just take in the atmosphere. It actually got me pretty hyped, which is part of the reason they make these, but it's just kind of just hollows very empty when you make a CG trailer for something that we already seen gameplay for. And the whole purpose of this event is based around the Xbox One X and the pre-orders, so you would think you would want to show more gameplay that shows the improvements that the actual developer made to make you want to go out and buy an Xbox One X. So let's just take a poll, and I'll be the one person that raised my hand. I don't think they did that with Assassin's Creed. They showed a trailer, so how can you base that on any type of gameplay? You just gotta hope that the trailers they showed at E3 are just gonna basically be what the game's gonna be, and they just improved on it a little bit. Next, they showed PlayerUnknown's Battleground. I did a video on this already. I'll put a card up in the top right corner so you guys can go check that out. But just to give you a quick cliff note of it, I really liked it. They got the publishing rights for it. It was kind of messy to figure out exactly what those publishing rights were. I don't think it's a true exclusive to the sense of like a Halo, but I think it's more of an exclusive than Tomb Raider was, so it's probably somewhere in between there. But ultimately, I think it's a really good acquisition for Microsoft, and like I said, check out that video if you want to hear my thoughts on everything I said about PUBG. Next, they showed ReCore, which I feel like they devoted so much time to a game that came out last year that's basically just getting remastered. And let's just talk about that for a second. What's up with games that literally came out this generation that are getting remasters already? Now, I guess that just tells you the state of the original Xbox with the power and how much it was just underperforming when it came to games and just graphical prowess. The fact that we gotta get remasters of games that's already been out only for a year is kind of crazy, but they are doing everybody a solid. So anybody that still owns ReCore, you will automatically get the definitive edition free. It will be a download and you will get that right on your system. So good job on that, Microsoft. And for the people that don't own ReCore, you can actually sign up for Game Pass in September and it will be free. Well, I can't really say free because you're paying for Game Pass, but it will be included with Game Pass starting in September for anybody that subscribes to that. They had a lot of really good visual technologies they added to the game that's going to be really cool. They raised the textures, 4K mapping. It looks amazing, and it was one of those games that I really didn't even play because by that time that it came out, it was just so much other stuff that I was just really stuck in, like namely Destiny mostly. But I'm definitely gonna do a top 10 on a lot of the games that I feel like should get revisited, because Microsoft did announce that, like they said earlier, there are over 100 games that are being enhanced through Xbox One X for you to play when that system comes out. So we're gonna do a top 10 of the games that I think you should do. Look for that video either later this week or early next week, and I'll have more information on that at a later date. Next up, we got Super Lucky's Tale that's coming out this holiday, which is the lone survivor of all the games that Microsoft is publishing this year that's actually going to come out. So let's pray and make sure that stays the case. Now, the next thing they showed, guys, I'm not gonna lie to you, it was Jurassic World Evolution. It actually got me a little excited because I am a huge SimCity person, City Skylines, I like games like that, and it just harkens back to that ability to be able to make the park and do everything that you want to do in it. And I hope that turns out to be a really good game, because that's the type of stuff that I actually do like outside of first-person shooters. So let's just pray that that game actually lives up to snuff. And the next game they showed was Forza Motorsport 7, which felt like it was complete regurgitation of what we saw at E3 of this year. And that was like kind of the story of this whole E3. Like, they still had developers on the stage and showing off stuff. And don't get me wrong, Forza looks amazing, and we all know it was going to look good no matter what because it's a racing game. I was honestly just hoping that they would have just showed something different, like not even Forza, because at this point we know Forza and we know what that game's all about and we know what we're getting from it, so we really don't have to see that again. I can understand having it playable on the floor for the people at GameStop that probably didn't get a chance to play it yet because they didn't go to E3, but there's no reason to showcase that to the world once again on your semi-stage or couches that you have at Gamescom. And then we had a special guest, Mike Ybarra, got up on the couch and he was talking about a couple of features that's coming to the new dashboard, namely the first one being the light mode and dark mode, where you can actually change the way that your dashboard is being viewed when it comes to the color palette. So if you want a more darker experience in the dashboard, you can do that. If you want it to be more brighter, you can actually set it to brightness. So it was actually a really good feature, and I really appreciate them adding something like that. Me personally, I always stay in dark mode. That's what it is right now. But for the people out there that definitely want a brighter experience, that light mode would be really good for you. And then he also talked about transferring content over the network, and that is coming. And that is a really cool idea. I really like that, and it will be more beneficial to a lot of people, especially with people that don't have hard drives and stuff. Me personally, I have 6 terabytes of space, so I really don't need it. I could just literally unplug that hard drive and plug it into my Xbox One X. But that is a feature that is there. And then they did talk about how most of the games on a case-by-case basis is going to be able to have those updates automatically downloaded to your game when you get it. But he did say that will be on a case-by-case basis. After that, they showed us some Sea of Thieves. Then they went into State of Decay 2. And these are games that we all know that are coming. They don't come out till next year, so I don't have a problem with them being showed here a little bit more. Maybe they got a little bit extra polish on them that they want to show off. So I definitely don't have a problem with that. And I really didn't have a problem with the Forza thing. I just feel like we've seen so much of it at this point. We just need to take a break. So ultimately, these 3 games are going to be some of the hallmarks that Microsoft needs to lean back on. So if they need to show them as much as they can, that's great. But like I said, Forza, I feel like they showed that so much. I just need the game to hurry up and come out in October. State of Decay 2 probably is the one that needs the most cooking in the oven, just because it looks good, but it looks like it can have a little bit more work done to it. And then Sea of Thieves, people are playing that game right now. It's still in beta. So if you got a chance to play, make sure you talk to us in the comment section. Tell us what you think about it, even though I know you can't say a lot because most of you guys are under NDA. Now, once you get to this point, you're about an hour and 25 minutes through the press conference, or should I say meet and greet. And then they get to the controllers. So now they have new controllers. They said they're announcing that it's going to be available in more countries, and how you can get the limited edition or special edition controller only at Gamescom that is only made at the Xbox kiosk there. So I guess they felt like they had to put that in there for the people to feel jealous about them not being at Gamescom. So then they went into Minecraft, and that system they showed, I'm not gonna lie, looked amazing. The only thing I don't like about it is $400 for Xbox One S. That's a Minecraft skin. And don't get me wrong, it's a really nice skin on that Minecraft. It's not even a skin. It is a custom system. And I know you guys always hear me in my videos talk about custom systems when it comes to like comparing them to other platforms. And this is why I always say Microsoft takes the extra time to make custom systems look custom. This is an amazing looking system. I just don't know if I can do it for $400. Now, I was super close to going over to Target and seeing if I could pre-order one of these, because I was going to keep my Xbox One S. I have a 1 terabyte green one, the Battlefield bundle. I was thinking about keeping that, but now that I see this one, I really want to trade in this Battlefield one and just pony up the extra $100 and $150 to get that Minecraft one and sit it in my living room. I know my kids will get a ball out of that because they love Minecraft. But no, that system looked amazing, and at one point I was like, please let this be an Xbox One X version of the Minecraft system. This looks amazing. But hey, it's only available at Target and Windows Store, so that's another thing that sucks. You can only get it at 2 select retailers, and one of them, Target, isn't even one of the biggest ones, so there's that. And then guess what Microsoft does? They follow up one of the best looking custom systems I've ever seen in a bundle with Minecraft, and they follow it up with a Shadow of War plain white Xbox One S. I was like, wow, that's that's a buzzkill. Why would anybody even be excited for the Shadow of War system if they saw that Minecraft one first? That was kind of defeating the purpose. Like, I would have showed the Shadow of War one first before I showed the Minecraft one. You know, let the Minecraft be the one that closed the deal for people. But ultimately, Microsoft, I guess they know what they're doing, but I just felt like that was just like letting air out of a balloon, because you went from this very lavish and extravagant thing to this, well, we got this white plane one over here, and I just didn't agree with the way that flowed during that presentation of the system bundles overall. And last but not least, they showed off Cuphead, and the one thing I remember about Cuphead is the woman that introduced the game. She was gorgeous. Those pants she was wearing, oh my god. And that's one thing I will say. I love the fact that there are women in video gaming that aren't afraid to show their personality, not afraid to dress for the occasion, not afraid to just be comfortable in their own skin, because we're all gamers, we all play games, we all love games, and if your job is interacting with other people in games, be comfortable with yourself. But man, some of these women, wow. And that's all I can really say about that, guys. But ultimately, outside of that, Gamescom 2017, especially for Microsoft, was a really big letdown. There was a couple of good wins in there. PUBG was one of them. Like I said, check out that video that I linked earlier. But after that, it was just like a regurgitation of a lot of stuff that we already seen before. Yes, ReCore Definitive Edition, good news. Everybody gets it if you already own it. Plus you get it in Game Pass in September. Awesome idea. Thank you, Microsoft, for doing that. Xbox One pre-orders did go live at the very end of this. The Xbox One X looks good. They showed some unboxing at the end of it with Major Nelson putting on the white gloves and all this other crazy stuff. That was cool. And I just think that the whole experience of Gamescom this year was just all the lead up to the last 10 minutes of it, just to say you could pre-order it now. And I felt like the other 120 minutes was just a lot of white static, like just noise in the background, stuff that we already seen and stuff that a lot of people probably aren't even looking forward to. And ultimately, I'm glad I wasn't off work today, sitting at home paying super attention to this. And I'm glad I was actually at work doing the things that I love to do at work, because if I was at home and actually paid attention to this all the way through, I would be a little upset. And the honest to God truth is, I'm a little upset because I'm making this video because I want you guys to know my opinion, but I had to still go back and look at that footage anyway. So I still wasted another hour and 15 to 20 minutes just reviewing the footage before I could put my thoughts together on what I thought about this experience. But you know what? You guys being my subscribers, that's how much you mean to me. I want to give you my raw and uncut feelings on it. And I didn't want to just throw them out there at the very beginning, because I know I would be a little bit jaded just because of the experience I saw while I was just at work casually watching it. But ultimately, Xbox One X is reservable, and it is the Project Scorpio edition. Make sure you go to your local stores, Amazon, to pick it up. It looks like a lot of people are super interested in this system because it's already sold out in a lot of retailers. So make sure you get your hands on one before they're gone, just like Microsoft says in a tagline. But guys, what do you think? Do you think that this was a waste of time for Microsoft to do all this hoopla just to announce pre-orders? Do you think this is something that could have been a bunch of articles written across various websites and not even have to have this spectacle of this meet and greet sitting on two couches and just chatting it up with developers? What do you think about that? Thanks for watching this video. Sub to the channel if you haven't. Like this video if you like the content. Turn on those notifications. Gonna let you know the next time the video goes live. It's your boy Gaming Forte, and make sure you hit me up on Twitter at gaming_forte. And I will see you guys later in the next video, and have a good week. Peace.